When discussing sports, the Hall of Fame for a respective sport is one of the pinnacle achievements for any player. Some sports are harder to enter, some easier like the NBA, but one sport right smack dab in the middle is the NFL. While some players get in easily, some players surprise everyone again in their last few years of eligibility. To be eligible for the Hall of Fame, you must be retired for 5 years. One player who's been very debated and up in the air is Julian Edelman, and here's why I think he's a Hall of Famer. What's going on, guys? Shaney 2K here. It's been a little bit, but if you've been keeping up with the Morning After podcast, it will come back closer to basketball season. It was just too hard. This is kind of a lackluster offseason, if we're being completely honest, after the John Wall news. We'll be back with more of that. But for now, let's get back into the video. The biggest argument against Jules is they never got bid into the Pro Bowl. Has there ever been a player to make the Hall of Fame and not make the Pro Bowl? No. But Julian Edelman has an argument to be heard, even if fans across social media and on TV have written it off completely. Edelman had an incredible 11-year career, winning 3 championships, including a Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 53. Julian Edelman also played in 4 Super Bowls alongside Gronkowski and Tom Brady. In his career, Jules played in 137 games and had 6,822 yards and 36 touchdowns in the regular season. He also had nearly 2,000 kick and punt return yards as well as 4 touchdowns. While his regular season stats may not shock and amaze many, he was usually the glue of the Patriots, always being a reliable receiver when the team needed it and wide receiver 1 for many years. Now with these stats alone, sure, he's not a Hall of Famer, fair point completely, but I have several reasons why he should still make it. Now while his regular season stats may not wow many, it's his playoff stats that are the craziest argument. Julian Edelman played in 19 playoff games, and he had 118 receptions for 1,442 yards and 5 touchdowns receiving. Now 5 touchdowns isn't crazy impressive, but what is his all-time ranking on catches in the postseason. In the driver's seat is obviously the greatest receiver of all time, Jerry Rice, with 151 catches, but Julian Edelman is in second place with 118. Julian's record is safe for the time being, only having retired players of Reggie Wayne and once teammate Gronkowski on the list underneath him. To be anywhere near a Jerry Rice record is an accomplishment in itself, but within 35 catches of him is absolutely insane. Another thing to be brought up is the greatest catch in Super Bowl history in Super Bowl 51 in the game-time drive. If you don't know about Super Bowl 51 and have been living under a rock for the past 5 years, the Patriots came back down 28-3, and while down 28-20, this catch took place.
Alford knocked it up into the air, and let's see who comes down with it. Oh, that's a catch.
But other great catches like the helmet catch or Julio Jones in the exact same game happened, and while David Tyree isn't in the Hall of Fame, he also wasn't nearly as good as Julian Edelman. The biggest thing going against Julian Edelman is his Pro Bowl status, never playing one. There's another great receiver to not make the Hall of Fame, being Devin Hester. Devin Hester was the greatest kickoff and punt returner ever, having the most return touchdowns of all time, including in a Super Bowl with the Bears. Devin Hester is the greatest ever at the position, but never made the Pro Bowl and will most likely never enter the Hall of Fame. While Julian Edelman is far from the GOAT at the receiver position, it doesn't feel right to have one of the bigger pieces of history not in the NFL Hall of Fame. That's all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and check out all my socials in the link tree below. Everyone have a wonderful day, and peace out.